Hi, this is the officially unofficial Geek Channel weekly Spoilertastic weekly comic roundup. I'm your host, Carrie Quinn, and I have 3 comics to talk to you about, so I'm not going to keep you guys long. As always, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button so that you don't miss anything that I do here on the channel. We've got plenty of fun stuff coming up. We've got our weekly What's Happening Wednesday show. We're going to have a Flashback Friday, not this coming week, but the next week, where I'm going to be talking about the first 4 issues of Blood Syndicate. I'm going to be doing the, every other week I'm going to be doing the collected edition Tuesdays. And the next one I believe is, well, you know what? I thought I was sure on what I wanted to do, but I'm not sure yet completely. But I'll keep you guys posted. Anyways, here we go. We're going to talk about the 3 comics I read this week. Alrighty. So, as always, we count these back from my least liked to my most liked. So, let's get started. We have John Ridley's I Am Batman. I Am Batman number 8. Okay, so 1, we're missing Ken Lashley. We are. I think we are missing Ken Lashley here. On the art, we have Dolce and Locus on this this week, and honestly, I think I am missing Ken Lashley on the art. We have this story going on where Jace Fox is in New York. He has joined his mother and his sisters. His sister is Tam is going through rehab therapy from her medical incident during Second Son. In the beginning of I Am Batman. It actually started in Second Son, and it continued into I Am Batman in the beginning. This is issue number 8. So we have this storyline where there is a psychopath in New York City. You also have the New York City police, New York City mayor, asking the police to work in coordination with Jace Fox and as Batman, and it's involving the detective Chubb from Gotham that got transported, transported is transferred. Transferred is the word I'm looking for. She was transferred to New York's police department, and now she is working as part of the Batman task force, in which she has actually gotten information from Batman to take down like a major like gun ring and like other stuff, right? So she's actually like, she's still apprehensive about Batman, but she's like lightening to him a little bit. Like she thinks, okay, for whatever purposes, this guy may be on the up and up here, and because his information and his detective work has paid off, which is good. Unfortunately, they're looking for Batman to get involved in this whole psychopath, potential serial killer stuff, where these bad guys, these horrible people, are getting killed and disfigured and maimed, turned into art projects, basically, by this one killer. And all of a sudden, afterwards, you find out these people were like actually like really bad guys. So Batman does come face to face at the end of the last issue with this serial killer, psychopath, whatever you want to call him, right? And this is the continuation in the beginning of this moment. Well, you get in a situation where Jace is pretty much getting his ass handed to him a little bit by this psychopath. And the psychopath is very much we're the same kind of person, kind of, psychopath. And he's like, no, I don't kill people. And you know, Jace is like, no, we're different, but you are loony, right? So it gets too much for Jace. He starts getting scared and he runs. Well, of course he's gonna give himself he's gonna he's going to feel that that was the wrong move. He actually talks to his dad. And his dad is like, no, it's okay. Here's the thing. You made a tactical retreat to assess the situation and fight another day. He's like, the other Batman does it. Why not you? And Jace didn't see the difference. He sees that he ran because he was scared. He doesn't see that he ran because of a tactical retreat. And um, his friends working with him, Val, sees it, and Val is worried about him. His father's worried about him. Jace doesn't know quite what to make of all of this. It's not really grabbing me that much of a story. Like, it's okay. It's in consideration for me to drop reading it. The jury is still out with my entire household if we're going to drop it, but it might be on the chopping block for me. Something that I pick up on in trade form. I like the idea of supporting POC creators, characters, and all that. I love the idea of doing it, but if it's not something that's really grabbing me anymore, then maybe I need to free up the position for something else. I don't know. I'm considering it. I am on the fence about that still. I'm on the fence about it because I do like the character. I do like I said, supporting POC characters and creators. So I don't know. We're thinking about it here. I'm thinking about it. I might it might be one of those situations where I'm still getting it, but I'm not reading it anymore. Somebody else is reading it. Like if Joe decided he wanted to still read it. Next book I'm going to talk about is Superman, Son of Kal-El. This was pretty good. I like we have the situation where Lex Luthor is obviously, as we've seen in past issues, kind of teaming up with President Bendix. We all know that if you've been reading this, President Bendix from Gamora is not a good guy. He's a bad guy. He's been developing these super post-human beings, of which John Kent, Superman's boyfriend, Jay McNamara, is one of them that escaped. But Gamora and President Bendix is bringing his post-human groups to Metropolis, and they are challenging Superman, and they're trying to make Superman look like he is evil, bad, whatever. So Lois shows up at this press release, and she's like, how about you hold the lasso of truth while you're telling your truths, do it. If you are not hiding anything and you are telling the truth, then you have nothing to fear from the lasso of truth. Well, Lex isn't having it. He doesn't want to touch the lasso of truth. Well, and walks away. The thing is you find out later when Jay, John, and Lois are at the Clark Kent's in Lois's home that she doesn't actually have the lasso of truth. She just painted a rope, a lasso, gold. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She did that. So they're sitting there and Batman shows up right after. It's noteworthy that it's right after John Kent came out to his mother, who, as you would expect, Lois Lane accepted it wholeheartedly and with open arms. And then Batman shows up, and Batman's like, okay, so Lois and John have to come with him because he's created all this, you know, amok here, right? By taking on this president of a country. Oh, excuse me, president of a country, Lex Luthor, and all that very dangerous men are gonna want to come after them, and specifically the grandpa and grandma Kent are already at the Hall of Justice hideout spot, and also he is coming to take Lois and John to the same Hall of Justice, hidey hole. And John's like, I want Jay to come with. And Batman's like, no, for now it's just you and her. And he's upset about this. And Jay's like, no, it's okay. I got stuff to, I got my own place to be and everything like that. So they get on the aircraft to go to the Hall of Justice hidey hole, the Justice League hidey hole. And John is like, I don't understand why we couldn't bring Jay. And Batman is like, oh, I've looked into your friend and I don't like him. I don't trust him. I don't like him. I know who he is and I know who he works for. So, is he referring to trust? Or is he referring to some other nefarious type of situation? We'll have to wait, find out next month. But nice little cliffhanger. Good story. Good little, moment between Lois and John. And him coming out and her being, the wonderful accepting parent that you always expected Lois Lane to be in this situation. So that was a nice little story. And it gives you a little bit of a push to come back next month to find out what the hell is Batman talking about. Because, weird. I'm going to be very upset if there's some nefarious thing going on and Jay is somehow a double agent. That's going to suck. That's going to suck big time. Let me just tell you. It's going to suck. Anyway, so the third and final comic that we're going to talk about this evening is Wonder Woman 786 is part of the Trial of the Amazons series, and it is part 5 of 7. Next week we have the second little ending Wonder Girl issue, and then after that we'll have one more issue. Well, in this one, we're about ready to start the trial, right? So everybody's getting their little things that they're supposed to be, their extra special project to be completed during this whole process, and they're about ready to get started. And if you recall, if you've been reading Wonder Woman, a few months back, during the Wonder Woman annual, I believe it was, Wonder Woman is visiting a museum exhibit on Themyscira, not on Themyscira, but on in the main Earth, right? Where it is talking about Themysciran history, on Themyscira, meaning on that as a subject matter. Okay. And she's encountered by this man. He's kind of looking like he's got really pale hair, like really pale skin, pale hair, everything, right? And he looks kind of like and like a no pigmented, person at all, like completely just devoid of any, color, right? He reveals to her that he is from a section of people that ruled Themyscira before the Amazons did. And he's been waiting for a moment where he can basically, him and his people can take over again. So that guy shows up again. He showed up like once other in another issue here during Trial of the Amazons, watching everything from afar involving Queen Hippolyta's funeral. And now he is here like, oh, look at you guys. You guys are gonna start your little games thing here. Well, I'm gonna blow this big horn and cause all kinds of ruckus, try to wake up my brothers and sisters. And what you end up seeing is he's under the arena and he blows his horn and it collapses the middle of the arena, thus collapsing Wonder Woman, Yara Flor, Donna Troy, and Philippus in basically in a hole. Okay. So they end up in this underground catacombs type of thing, right? And they're trying to use like their tools that they've been given by the gods as their little extra special, project. They're trying to use their tools to figure out how to work as a team to get out of there. It's really cool. They end up encountering a Titan, um, and it's somebody from the other side of Doom's doorway. And when they are using this compass, the compass leads them to this being. This being attacks them, and you have a cute little moment with Wonder Woman and Yara working together, and you have this moment where they're trying to push this being back through Doom's doorway, get it out of the way, and Wonder Woman then sees someone, and it's crazy moment where you see her reaction to seeing what she sees on the other side of Doom's doorway, where you see somebody, you read somebody talking to her saying, you promised me redemption, you didn't give it to me, and you hear her just yell chaos, and they close the door. The underground cavern starts collapsing, and everybody gets out, but Wonder Woman is holding everything up, and all she says at the end of the issue is, go tell Nubia it's chaos. And then they're like, okay, well, they ran off, and they go and tell Nubia about what Wonder Woman said, and she's like, okay, so now we got to prepare ourselves because it's about ready to go down. And that's basically the end of it. I, for one, need to read the next issue, for crying out loud. There's this beautiful, the last page where basically Nubia is like, okay, so this is going down. It's going down now. And you got them in like, some battle gear here. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. The three queens, from the three different tribes are all ready to go down. Chaos has come to Themyscira. None among us will be safe. Yeah. So, I, for one, cannot wait to read the next issue to find out exactly how all of that goes down, because I need a little bit more of a, for this event to be a little bit more of a success. While I did enjoy this issue very much, and it was my favorite of the week that I read, I need a little bit more stakes here There's not a lot of stakes. We know Doom's Doorway is a problem. We know. We get it. We get it. We get it. Except for the fact that it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal right now. I understand. I understand. You know, the whole thing collapsed on Diana when she found out that chaos was coming. And that seems like a pretty big deal. I get that. But for some reason, it is just not registering with me. And I'm expecting this guy that blows his horn and collapses the stadium and causes a big old ruckus. I'm expecting him to be more involved with all this. We have 7 parts and we got 2 left. Guys, this is the first Wonder Woman event you've had in probably eons. And we're having a similar problem that we had. One of the problems that we had with Fear State recently, where it seemed like people were talking up these stakes and then there were no stakes. Give me more stakes, I hope. Like, put them on the grill, fry those puppies up, slather the A1 on, and give it to me. Okay? Like, we can handle it. We can handle it. I'm sure we can. Anyways, okay, guys, that was this week's comic roundup, Spoilertastic Weekly Comic Roundup, and I am therefore very excited to read issues for next week. Next week we have, just to give you a little bit of a preview, next week we have Catwoman Lonely City coming. We've got the other Wonder Girl issue coming. We've got Nightwing, we've got Catwoman, the regular Catwoman, and Catwoman Lonely City, guys. Finally getting Lonely City. Number 3. Finally getting it. I, for one, am getting the cover, the B cover, with full-figured, plus-size Poison Ivy on it. Yeah, I got that. Okay. So anyways, that's it for this week. Please tune in, like, comment, share. Let me know what you thought of this week's comics. Maybe you have a comic that you would like to recommend to me. I am fully open to those recommendations. Maybe you've heard of a comic by a certain writer that's going to be starting soon, maybe an indie thing. Recommend it to me in the comments. And maybe I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that's it. That's it for this week. This has been the officially unofficial Geek Channel weekly comic roundup. And I'll be seeing ya.